Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The body substance in which tissue cells are embedded. An enclosure within which something originates or develops, from the Latin for womb. Geology. A mass of fine-grained rock in which fossils, crystals, or gems are embedded. Mathematics. A rectangular array of quantities or expressions set out by rows and columns, treated as a single element and manipulated according to rules. Mold used in the production of phonograph records, type, or other relief surface. The formative tissue at the base of a nail. The body substance in which tissue cells are embedded. The clear non-granular portion of the cytoplasm of a cell. The body substance in which tissue cells are embedded. The substance of the body. Something, usually a supporting document, that is enclosed in an envelope with a covering letter. The act of enclosing something inside something else. A naturally enclosed space. A structure consisting of an area that has been enclosed for some purpose. A naturally enclosed space. Move back and forth or sideways. The ship was rocking. Hard bright-colored stick candy, typically flavored with peppermint. Pitching dangerously to one side. Material consisting of the aggregate of minerals like those making up the Earth's crust. That mountain is solid rock. Cause to move back and forth. Rock the cradle. United States gynecologist and devout Catholic who conducted the first clinical trials of the oral contraceptive pill, 1890 to 1984. A genre of popular music originating in the 1950s, a blend of black rhythm and blues with white country and western. Rock is a generic term for the range of styles that evolved out of rock and roll. A lump or mass of hard consolidated mineral matter. He threw a rock at me. Figurative, someone who is strong and stable and dependable. He was her rock during the crisis. United States architect, 1902 to 1978. Kill by throwing stones at. People wanted to stone the woman who had a child out of wedlock. United States jurist who served on the United States Supreme Court as Chief Justice, 1872 to 1946. Material consisting of the aggregate of minerals like those making up the Earth's crust. Stone is abundant in New England and there are many quarries. Remove the pits from. United States journalist who advocated liberal causes, 1907 to 1989. A crystalline rock that can be cut and polished for jewelry. She had jewels made of all the rarest stones. United States feminist and suffragist, 1818 to 1893. The hard inner, usually woody, layer of the pericarp of some fruits, as peaches or plums or cherries or olives, that contains the seed. You should remove the stones from prunes before cooking. A lump or mass of hard consolidated mineral matter. United States filmmaker, born in 1946. United States jurist who was named Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court in 1941 by Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1872 to 1946. A lack of feeling or expression or movement. He must have a heart of stone. An avoirdupois unit used to measure the weight of a human body, equal to 14 pounds. A heavy chap who must have weighed more than 20 stone. Building material consisting of a piece of rock hewn in a definite shape for a special purpose. He wanted a special stone to mark the site. Of any of various dull tannish or gray colors. Align oneself with a group or a way of thinking. Especially fine or decorative clothing. Lay out orderly or logically in a line or as if in a line. An arrangement of areals spaced to give desired directional characteristics. An impressive display. It was a bewildering array of books. An orderly arrangement. An array of troops in battle order. A distinctive nature, character, or type. A leader in the mold of her predecessors. A dish or dessert that is formed in or on a mold. A lobster mold. A fungus that produces a superficial growth on various kinds of damp or decaying organic matter. Make something, usually for a specific function. She molded the rice balls carefully. Container into which liquid is poured to create a given shape when it hardens. Sculpture produced by molding. The process of becoming mildewed. Form by pouring, e.g., wax or hot metal, into a cast or mold. Form in clay, wax, etc. Shape or influence. Give direction to. Mold public opinion. The distinctive form in which a thing is made. Become moldy. Spoil due to humidity. The furniture molded in the old house. Loose soil rich in organic matter. Fit tightly, follow the contours of. The dress molds her beautiful figure. A distinctive nature, character, or type. A dish or dessert that is formed in or on a mold. A fungus that produces a superficial growth on various kinds of damp or decaying organic matter. Make something, usually for a specific function. Container into which liquid is poured to create a given shape when it hardens. Sculpture produced by molding. The process of becoming mildewed. Form by pouring, e.g., wax or hot metal, into a cast or mold. Form in clay, wax, etc. The distinctive form in which a thing is made. Loose soil rich in organic matter. The act of throwing a fishing line out over the water by means of a rod and reel. The visual appearance of something or someone. The delicate cast of his features. Formulate in a particular style or language. She cast her request in very polite language. The actors in a play. A violent throw. Container into which liquid is poured to create a given shape when it hardens. The act of throwing dice. Form by pouring, e.g., wax or hot metal, into a cast or mold. Cast a bronze sculpture. Move about aimlessly or without any destination, often in search of food or employment. Put or send forth. Cast a spell. Get rid of. Object formed by a mold. Bandage consisting of a firm covering, often made of plaster of Paris, that immobilizes broken bones while they heal. Throw forcefully. The distinctive form in which a thing is made. Pottery of this cast was found throughout the region. Eject the contents of the stomach through the mouth. Choose at random. Cast lots. Assign the roles of a movie or a play to actors. Who cast this beautiful movie? Deposit. Cast a vote. Select to play, sing, or dance a part in a play, movie, musical, opera, or ballet. He cast a young woman in the role of Desdemona. The tissue in the bodies of animals. Transfer from one place or period to another. Exchange positions without a change in value. Change the order or arrangement of. Dyslexics often transpose letters in a word. Cause to change places. A matrix formed by interchanging the rows and columns of a given matrix. Change key. Can you transpose this fugue into G major? Put a piece of music into another key. Transfer a quantity from one side of an equation to the other side reversing its sign, in order to maintain equality. A matrix giving the correlations between all pairs of datasets. A rectangular matrix of dots from which written characters can be formed. A matrix whose elements are all real numbers. A matrix with the same number of rows and columns. Tissue of mesodermal origin consisting of e.g. collagen fibroblasts and fatty cells. Supports organs and fills spaces between them and forms tendons and ligaments. Tough elastic tissue, mostly converted to bone in adults. The left eye. Computer science, software that controls the execution of computer programs and may provide various services. Rigid connective tissue that makes up the skeleton of vertebrates. A hard brittle blue-gray or blue-black metallic element that is one of the platinum metals, the heaviest metal known. A mouth or mouth-like opening. Remove the bones from. Bone the turkey before roasting it. A shade of white the color of bleached bones. Study intensively, as before an exam. I had to bone up on my Latin verbs before the final exam. Rigid connective tissue that makes up the skeleton of vertebrates. The porous calcified substance from which bones are made. Consisting of or made up of bone. Tough elastic tissue, mostly converted to bone in adults. Hit hard. Take into custody. Complete a pass. Locate exactly. The chemists could not nail the identity of the chromosome. Succeed at easily. She nailed her astrophysics course. Succeed in obtaining a position. He nailed down a spot at Harvard. A former unit of length for cloth equal to 1/16 of a yard. A thin pointed piece of metal that is hammered into materials as a fastener. Attach something somewhere by means of nails. Nail the board onto the wall. Horny plate covering and protecting part of the dorsal surface of the digits. A science that deals with the history of the Earth as recorded in rocks. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement. A science, or group of related sciences, dealing with the logic of quantity and shape and arrangement.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.